Right. All right, so we are back, and of course, today's we want to focus on, like I told you, yes, eye candy, but there is more behind the quote-unquote eye candy-ness, and so we're here with Mr. and Miss University. Of course, because I know, like I always say, my mother is watching, so I will not break protocol. I'll start with ladies first. That way I can go home and just be safe. So maybe you can introduce yourself as well.
My name is Goreti Mirera. I'm a student in Kenyatta University, the current Miss University Kenya. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in hospitality and tourism.
All right.
Yeah.
Goreti Mirera.
Mirera.
And we'll talk more and do more about that as well. We'll find out more about that amazing name. Yes, sir.
All right. So I am Tommy Akinyemi, Mr. USIU. I'm about to hand over. Current Mr. University Kenya. I am doing a degree in information system technology, focusing on cybersecurity, and also doing an integrated minor with management, business, and entrepreneurship courses. Yeah.
Well, all right then. All right. So I guess I start with Mirera. I like it's an interesting name. So it's like both of you actually, you're doing different things. You're doing hospitality. You're doing cybersecurity. That might take home from that. So how did you end up in the whole modeling scene?
It started like passion.
Okay.
So I did it from back home. I come from Limuru. Then after enrolling in the university, I felt the need to do the Miss KU. So I went ahead and I got the Miss KU. And as the Miss or the Mister, you expected to represent your school in the Miss University or the Mr. and Miss University Kenya. So at first, that's how I came into Mr. and Miss University. To represent KU as a brand first, and also from my passion, I felt the need to do it.
All right. What about you?
For me, personally, in my school, I was at a stage, I was in my third year, and I realized that I was about to graduate without people knowing what I could do. I personally am into music, and I was about to start a company. So I figured that, in a university that has so many people from all over the world, I would be making a big mistake if I graduated and I didn't tell people, or they didn't see what I had to offer. So I was more or less looking for ways, how can I take advantage of the institution? And people told me about the Mr. USIU thing. So I saw that as a platform, actually, a place where I can get visibility within the institution. And in the process, I now realized the things that came with it. Like this whole pageantry is not just about modeling. There's so much to it, and in the end it helped in so many areas, building the confidence and teaching you how to network and stuff. So that was how I entered the industry. And then after that, Mr. and Miss University, it was a bigger platform, because now you're not just representing a school, you're representing universities, and you get to meet people from everywhere. It's the most amazing networking experience I've had in my life. So and we're here, so it's been an amazing journey.
All right, so what normally people would ask, yes, the Mr. and Miss University is happening, and now you're Mr. and Miss, and so what exactly happens from that point? Like, what are you doing? What are the activities you're doing as well?
You're expected to have a course to your beauty or to the title. It comes with a really handful of responsibility, which you should do. I feel you should do what comes from within.
Right.
What do you want to do from an individual point of view, and also then you focus on what the team as a whole, because we are a family.
Right.
What is the team in need of doing as the other kings and queens? So from my point, I've been a champion for cancer, and I felt the need to do cancer screening drive in universities for students to be more aware of, if you're not really directly affected, you're not infected, you're directly affected. Either way,
So like what like you said, you're a champion for cancer. What drove you to that particular cause?
I had a brother that I lost from brain cancer.
Sorry.
So I started doing volunteering in there's this foundation called Ida's Hope.
Ida's Hope, yes.
Yes, I'm Isaji. So I started doing volunteering, and I felt that we've done so much outside, but what about our students? So when I was doing Miss and Miss University, I felt I think this is a better platform to push my agenda of doing the course of screening and awareness. Yeah, which I feel that's what, from my individual point, but also as a family, Toby will conquer with me. We have a theme when we're taking part in the Miss and Miss University, which is this year we had peace, love, and unity towards the elections, and we'll be doing things like campus tours to preach peace, love, and unity. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And what about yourself?
Okay, just as you said, I think for these platforms, there's an individual aspect to it, but more or less the team. What are you guys going to do? So as collectively as a team, our theme is peace, love, and unity. But personally, how I got into this whole thing, you know, I'm a very big, passionate person about the creative industry. I'm a musician myself, so I wanted to find ways to, you know, empower creatives, people that are artists, you know, in my institution. And going forward with this thing, I saw it as my own task, you know, to find ways to kind of give people a platform, because I believe, especially with this whole thing of peace, love, and unity, one of the best ways to bring people together is through their passion. You know, we might be from different tribes, but we might like the same song. Even Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I'm sure there's a song that if you play, they both bobbing their heads to it, and then you realize that, oh wow, we have. But you see, what that does, it breaks the, you know, that whole identity of, oh, I'm from this place, I'm from that place, because you can identify with something because of your passion. So that was more or less my personal agenda, and coming together with a team, we have people from amazing backgrounds. So what we're more or less going to be doing, as she said, is find ways to preach peace, love, and unity. And one of the ways is more or less having campus tours, going around, getting students involved, what abilities do they have, and before the election time, have something big that we can get people together, and focusing on the fact that as students, you know, we need to be united more than ever. We are the future. So yeah, just preaching peace, love, and unity from universities, that point of view. Yeah.
Are you guys in like the place where I think, and it's been argued that that's where, you know, people are shaped to be what they are. Like some of the leaders, even the ones that we had earlier on, most of them started from student leadership, and they ended up, you know, being where they are today. So. But then the university now is really different, because there are a lot of challenges as well. So how then are you guys out of this also being role models to them as well, apart from the people who of course also want to join modeling, but how do you then stand out as a role model among these people? I'm sure there's a, you know, responsibility that comes with it in terms of how you're supposed to conduct yourself and etc.
One, I deal with a principle that peace with humility, discipline, and hard work. That's how you stand out, especially in life. You have to be more focused on really what you want, and that sets you apart from what other people think about you. So you have to focus, and you have to drive. You have to drive what you really have in you for other people to see it. When you become a leader, you have an ambition, or you have a drive to do something. Other people might not see it, but you have to show them exactly what you have. So it starts with you. So I think that's what sets me apart from maybe everything else.
That's your contribution as well.
Okay, for me, I think it's really about, you know, for a long time, people think that pageants are just about looks. And when you're in a position of power, in the sense that you're influential, the small things that you could do could influence other people. So I feel like globally there's a need for, you know, changing that perception. And so I think really what we're trying to bring to the table is the fact that, fine, yes, you can look nice, but at the end of the day, what are you doing? You know, small things like humility, how do you treat people, and then also ambition and drive. Because our generation, you know, millennials, we grew up with technology, and we want the biggest things, and we don't want to work hard for it, you know. So it's also a way of kind of setting an example that, fine, yes, you can be what you want to be, but to get there, there's hard work that's required of you. And I think like this whole, you know, this whole platform that we've been given, I'm so grateful for it, because, you know, you're seen from, you know, universities can identify with you, but at the end of the day, you're pushing the agenda that, fine, yes, you can look good and everything, but you need to focus on things that actually matter. Like elections are coming up, we need to focus on that, and how can we as students find ways to promote peace, and, you know, also on an individual level, how can you fight for your dreams? You know, I think a lot of times people, they don't fight as hard. You have these really big ideas, but you just hope that somehow it's going to happen. And so, you know, we're just trying to set the example that there are things that you need to do, and God willing, in the process, I'm sure we'll be able to inspire people to, align themselves with their destiny.
All right, and before I ask also about, how it was for, especially this is a different criteria of stuff, so not many people's parents will allow them to venture into this as well. We'll talk about that, but also for both of you, now that this is a huge platform, what are your plans? Do you guys maybe plan, we will see you guys in Parliament one day, or what are your plans?
Personally, no. I'm more of an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I feel I want to do business, make money.
Make that money, that paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with all this, I feel like it's more publicity for me to maybe then talk about my business. And it's coming up. It's not yet there, but it's something that I'm so passionate about. And I know it's going to get me somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's not easy being in this position. People expect so much from you. People tend to think, hey, they have money, money. No, you have to work hard for it.
Right.
Yeah, it comes with that. So.
Yeah. So you got to work hard and make that money. What about you?
Just as she said, okay, when I was running, the main things that were driving me was the fact that I am a musician, and I wanted to find a way for people to easily know what I'm doing without me having to go out and always tell. And these platforms more or less speak for themselves. At the same time, I was starting a company that deals with creatives, management, and development. So I figured that, using this platform, it was the best foundation to more or less propel my agenda for what I'm doing, and I can reach larger audiences and more or less tell people about my art and things that I'm doing, because next year I'm actually releasing both of these things, my musical project and the company. And at the same time, one of the things that this platform has done for us is community service. It opens up your eye. We do a lot of really community service. So I want to also use this platform to find ways of addressing issues that have been ignored. We work with a home in Kibera, Pamela's home, and it's really eye-opening. You don't believe that certain things happen. So I guess, using this platform, pushing the agenda of my business, my music, and at the same time shedding light on issues that really need to be heard.
So how was it when you guys told your parents that you wanted to do this modeling? What was their first reaction?
My parents have been very supportive all through. Like I said, I really loved modeling.
From back home.
Yeah, from back then. My parents are very supportive, and they feel every time I have a show, they show up for me. So convincing, or I don't feel it was really hard, but on the bigger perspective of the whole society thing, people tend to think that modeling is all not really a good thing to do, but I feel like it's my responsibility to show my society or the community around me that it's actually a good thing. The best thing about Miss University is that it brings people that are learned, I can use that word, people that are doing degrees, diploma, certificate, and all that. And that shows that it's not only about beauty. It brings people that have content in it. So, yeah.
So it's more about, it's beauty and brain. And hard work and discipline. What about you?
Oh, man, my family is extra supportive. I started from the point of, I told them I needed a platform to, they know all about the things that I'm doing. And, as parents, you know about your children's dreams, but you're waiting for that step. So, for me, it was telling them that I found that step to take. And they started with the Mr. USIU thing, and they were full on. In fact, when I won, my father was the first one on the stage. So they've been so supportive from the beginning. And going forward to this one, just as supportive. They knew it was a bigger platform, and they were there every step of the way. They were there on that night, and they understand the fact that the whole pageantry thing is not just about looks. You're trying to promote an agenda, promote and kind of spread the word that you can be, you can hit the runway, have a business, and be very humble. Just your full package basically. So they've been supportive every step of the way.
All right. Of course, there's also an opportunity because there are people who are watching who, they want to also do modeling, but they're also creatives, like you said. They're entrepreneurs, like you said. And I'm going to give you a chance to speak directly to them. Just a word of advice as well. Your camera will be that one, yours will be that one. So you'll go first.
Beauty beauty comes with a reason. You have to have a reason. People need to see, what is she doing, what is he doing. You don't have to just show us how beautiful you are. That's all identified. We know you're beautiful, you know you're handsome. We need to know, what are you bringing to the table? Do you have content? Do you have the intelligence that it takes to drive you with marketing, its business? Do you have what it takes to deal with it? You have to be strong from inside. And from my perspective, I've come out strongly. I used to be very shy, but this has built my character. And like I said, my business is going to be a boom. Yeah. And yes, that's from next year after my degree. So here I come.
All right.
So I think what I would say is, at times I know we have big dreams, and one problem that a lot of youth have is we don't know the first step to take. So I would first advise take advantage of every opportunity that you can have, that comes your way. God has given everyone a special gift that is what the world will remember you for. But most times people sleep on it, and at the end of the day, you live your life and they don't know what you have to offer. So I would advise, take advantage of opportunities, fight for your dreams. One of the things that I've seen is that at the end of the day, it's all on you. You can't just have a dream and just sit down and think about it. You actually have to make a move. So use platforms and networking. Treat people right. You don't know how they can help you down the line. And that's one of the major things I've learned on my journey so far. People that I've been in class with and I didn't know, what they could give are probably now my closest friends because we share similar ambitions. So I would just say, fight for what you believe in. All your dreams are valid. All your dreams are valid. You can be anything that you want to be. You can live anywhere that you want to live, when you want to live. You can do anything that you want, basically, but it all begins with the first step. And as my missus said, using myself as an example, platforms, don't never underestimate the power of a platform. I'm here talking to you today. That's also a sign,
Yeah.
And next year I'll be releasing my company. I'll be releasing my musical project as well, so please look out for that. But at the end of the day, I'm seeing the power of, just a simple small step, just the idea and the decision to run for this thing, not to get the title per se, but to get a platform for myself. So take advantage of your opportunities, network, and I'm very confident that the world will remember you for what God intended.
There you go. Powerful stuff, and that's how we're going to end. Of course, we'll be watching, now that you've said it on live national television, we'll be watching to see as well, keep tracking of everything as well. And what's your social media handle?
On Twitter?
Yes.
Goretti_Mirera.
Okay, it sounds a bit funny. Crisis Night. I'll explain that later. CRYSISKNIGHT. That's my musical brand name. But yeah, same thing on Instagram and Twitter.
Crisis Night. Right, there you have it. So, of course, we hope you've been inspired, and more is coming. And also, a little birdie told me, Mr. Elvis, who is playing on the piano, Mr. Talent USIU, just hiding talent up in this place, and we don't even know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very
I want to get some more music from Alicia Popat, Mr. Jason, and Elvis. Who? And then we also want to wrap up on the other side with Chef Ali. So don't go to #Power Breakfast.